Have a nice day. Today is Sunday, 15th of September 2024. This day is celebrated as International Day of Democracy. The International Day of Democracy is celebrated around the world on 15th of September, that is today, each year. It was established through a resolution passed by the United Nations General Assembly in 2007, encouraging a government to strengthen and consolidate democracy. 15th September, from the history point of view, there are several notable events that happened on the 15th of September throughout the history, and that is why it is an important day in Indian and world history. In this article, we have a complete list of the important things that happened all around the world on 15th of September. Let us speak about them ahead anytime. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu, states that Prime Minister Modi virtually flags off 6 Vande Bharat trains in Ranchi. Jamshedpur roadshow cancelled owing to heavy rains. PM Modi flags off Tatanagar Patna Vande Bharat train in Jamshednagar, Jharkhand, Sunday, September 15, 2024. That is today. Earlier, the Prime Minister was scheduled to flag off the train from Tatanagar. His chopper could not take off due to the poor visibility and inclement weather condition. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday, September 15, 2024, virtually flagged off 6 Vande Bharat trains for Jharkhand, Odisha, Bihar, and UP and UP at Ranchi. Earlier, the Prime Minister was scheduled to flag off the trains from Tatanagar, but his chopper could not take off due to the poor visibility and inclement weather condition. Rahul Gandhi says All India Mahila Congress has been a fearless voice for justice. Rahul Gandhi hailed the All India Mahila Congress AIMC as a fearless voice for justice. On the 40th anniversary of All India Mahila Congress, Rahul Gandhi congratulated leaders and their members for launching nationwide online membership. Congress leaders and the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, on Sunday, September 15, 2024, hailed the All India Mahila Congress AIMC as a fearless voice for justice and congratulated it for launching the nationwide online membership drive on its 40th anniversary. Lauding the AIMC, which was constituted during the 1984 Bangalore Convention of the Congress Party, Mr. Gandhi said, over the last 4 decades, the AIMC has been a fearless voice for justice and has firmly established itself as most of the most active frontal organizations in the Congress Party. New cruise terminal in the Goa to boost tourism local economy, official says. With a 40% rise in the cruise passengers, the MP expects to grow it further with the construction of the international and domestic cruise terminal in Goa. The development of the international and domestic cruise terminal and allied facilities is expected to boost tourism and local economy while fostering sustainable practices and infrastructure improvements. With a 40% rise in the cruise passengers in financial year 2023-24, the Mormugo Port Authority MP expects to grow it further with the construction of the international and domestic cruise terminal in Goa by March 2025, and officials said. The development of the international domestic cruise terminal and allied facilities is expected to boost tourism and local economy while fostering sustainable practices and infrastructure improvements, thereby enhancing the region's competitiveness in the global cruise market, the senior MP official told the PTI. Israeli army says a missile from the Yemen fell in the central Israel. Israeli military intercepts a missile from Yemen, part of ongoing conflict with the Houthi rebels in the region. The Israeli military said a missile fired from Yemen crossed into the central Israel on Sunday, September 15, 2024, and fell in an open area. The army said in a statement that the surface-to-surface missile was identified crossing into the central Israel from the east and fell in open area. No injuries were reported. Typhoon Yagi storm flooding death toll in Myanmar jumps to 74. Local residents travel by boat on a flooded road in the Naypyidaw, Myanmar, Saturday, September 14, 2024. Floods and landslides have killed almost 350 people in the Myanmar, Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand in the wake of the Typhoon Yagi, which is the region last week, not according to the official figures. The death toll in the Myanmar in the wake of the typhoon Yagi has jumped to 74. State media reported on Sunday, September 15, 2024, a day after its junta made a rare request for foreign aid. Floods and landslides have killed almost 350 people in the Myanmar, Vietnam loss, and Thailand in the wake of the typhoon Yagi, which hit the region last weekend, according to the official figures. According to the Hindustan Times newspaper, states that Arvind Kejriwal to resign as the Delhi Chief Minister says will prove innocence. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. In a dramatic move, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Sunday announced that he would step down from the position of the Chief Minister on the September 17, and the legislative body of the Aam Aadmi Party would meet in a couple of days to elect the new Chief Minister. Kejriwal made the announcement at the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters near the Mandi House on Sunday while addressing party workers 2 days after coming out of the jail following the grant of bail by the Supreme Court in 2021-2022 excise policy case. Sport and climate, Ladakh's theme for the Times. There was no plastic at the climatic cup venue. Teams traveled in the battery-fueled buses and everyone carried a sipper of our water. Mountaineering may not fall into the description of the competitive sport, but after Skalzang Rizing spoke at the Climate 11 Summit in Leh, it did not matter. This summer, Rizing became the first Indian to climb the Mount Annapurna without supplementary oxygen and the first Indian civilian to do so on Mount Everest. Ignoring all those descriptors, he introduced himself as a mountain guide, recounting what he had seen while setting ropes on Ladakh's mountains in August. A glacier that he has passed on the way up a few weeks earlier had turned into a mountain stream, and temperature read 29 degrees. At 5,500 feet, Rizing's words were a whiplash, confirming what is Asia's first conference of the impact of climate change on the sport and sustainability was held, where its effects are being felt the hardest. Kolkata rape murder case live updates. Ex-RG principal produced in court. Central Bureau of Investigation expected to seek custody. Kolkata rape murder case live update. CBI officials produce the former principal of RG Medical College and Hospital, Sandeep Ghosh, at the establishment at ST Court in Kolkata. Kolkata rape murder case live updates. Attempts to hold talks between the state government and the junior doctors delegation failed once again on Saturday after the state denied permissions for live recordings of the meeting inside Chief Minister's residence, citing security reasons. Despite the protesting doctors relenting on their demand later, the administration informed them it was too late. A disappointed delegation promised to continue their cease work protest till their demands are met. Hundreds of junior doctors from the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front continue to stage their demonstration in the front of the Savastya Bhavan near Kolkata Salt Lake overnight on Saturday. Earlier, the protesting doctors had written the President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking their intervention on the issue in an attempt to break the deadlock. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee visited the protesters near Salt Lake on Saturday and described it as her last attempt to hold talks with the junior doctors. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, GST evasion doubles in financial year 2024. Mumbai tops detection list. During 2023-24, the total GST evasion detected by DGI officers and the central GST zone was over rupees 2.37 lakh crore in 20,576 cases. The latest annual report of the DGI showed that the 6,084 cases of the GST evasion were detected in financial year 2024 as against 4,872 cases in the previous financial year. National Stock Exchange co-location case. House Security Exchange Board of India found the violations in 2019 but saw no evidence in 2024. The National Stock Exchange faced allegations that some brokers got preferential access through the co-location facility at the stock exchange. Early login and dark fiber, which can allow a trader a split-second faster access to data feed on an exchange. According to the latest SEBI order, all the evidence, material and objective facts which have formed the basis of current SCN show cause notice While also part of the earlier show caused notice and were examined but by SET, and based on the such examination it was held that there was no evidence to suggest violation of PFUTP regulations or SEC regulations by the National Stock Exchange and its employees. From the business point of view, United States FDA states various manufacturing lapses at a Zydus Life Sciences plant in Gujarat. The letter also makes clear that the company must correct the problem and provide directions and time frame of its plans for correction. The United States health regulator has followed up the Zydus Life Sciences for manufacturing lapses at its Gujarat-based plant. US FDA sought to detail a remediation plan from the drug firm. The timeline to address the findings of the contamination hazardous risk assessment. Going to the world news, including Iran launched Chamran first satellite aimed at Western concerns over the missile check. United Kingdom and the United States worried about a possible Iran-Russia nuclear deal. Kamala Harris focused on her record, not race, as she connects with the black voters. Alberto Fujimori laid to rest after 3 days after national mourning. Fuel tanker explosion in the Haiti claims 16 lives, 40 injured. Death toll from Typhoon Yagi in Myanmar reached 74 dozen still missing. Going to the science and tech, we have how Sunita Williams ended up stranded in space, the unexpected ordeal. File is this undated handout picture from the NASA released on July 2nd, 2024 shows that the NASA's Boeing crew flight test astronauts from the top batch, Wilmore and Sunny Williams, inside the vestibule between the forward port on the International Space Station Harmony module and Boeing Starliner spacecraft. When the National Aerospace Station America NASA launched Sunita Williams and the Butch Wilmore, a product Boeing Starliner capsule. It was supposed to be a routine week-long mission, but what started as a groundbreaking test flight quickly turned into the 8-month ordeal. With astronauts unexpectedly stranded in the space, imagine spending nearly 8 months in the space when your original mission was planned to last only a week. On the June 5th, 2024 season, astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, a broad Boeing Starliner capsule. This mission was initially intended to be a week-long test flight to the International Space Station ISS, as test pilots Wilmore and Williams were tasked with overseeing the final critical phase of the Starliner journey, a pivotal moment for Boeing, which sought to demonstrate the spacecraft's reliability after years of the delays and setbacks. On August 24, 2024, NASA determined it was too risky to use the Starliner for the return trip. The astronauts would have to remain at the ISS until early 2025, when a safer return option, a broad SpaceX capsule, could be arranged. NASA recently made the decision to retrieve the Boeing Starliner spacecraft that landed in Mexico last week. Despite experiencing technical issues during its mission, the spacecraft successfully returned to the Earth, making it a valuable asset for the further analysis. Poems express ideas better than prose, while natural and chromatic languages use prose. Poetic languages figurative and symbolic. United Nations International Children Emergency Fund has declared March 21st of every year as a World Poetry Day. With the chosen theme, it is devoted to supporting linguistic diversity using a poetic expression. In 2022, the theme was environment. Last year, it was always a poet, even in prose, and this year, the theme was standing on the shoulders of the giants. Poetry is used to evoke emotions, create imagery, and convey ideas in a highly structured and imaginative manner. It has rhythm, using 2 or more syllables, meter point or emphasis, and emotional resonance, or where the emotion of the poet is felt by the reader or singer and appeals to the heart and mind more effectively. It has a sense of economy, embellishment, and rhythm. It is often singable. A note, for example, our own national anthem, Janganamana, a poem written by the Rabindranath Tagore, which we will sing with the gusto and pride. As at the same time, many of us also remember, hear, and sing sad song in our own language. Diabetes, drug may lower death rate in the obese people study. Excess body weight, especially abdominal obesity, is associated with the several health problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular disease. Various weight reduction methods have been tried over the years. Most of them have not stood the test of time. Excess body weight, especially abdominal obesity, is associated with the several health problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular disease. Various weight reduction methods have been tried over the years. Most have not stood the test of time. One dies of suspected Nipah in the Kerala's Malappuram. Final test result awaited. Man who died at Malana hospital found positive for Nipah virus. Final confirmation awaited from the Pune virology lab. In less than 2 months after a schoolboy died of Nipah and Pandikad in Malappuram district, yet another case of the infection surfaced at the Naduvat. Near the Vandur, hardly 10 kilometers from the Padikad, on Saturday, September 14, 2024, that is yesterday, the test result of the 23-year-old man who died at a private hospital at Penitha Halmana on Monday last was found positive. The man, a student in Bengaluru, had been admitted at a Penitha Halmana hospital with the jaundice symptoms. His blood sample tested to be Government Medical College Kozhikode found him positive for Nipah virus. However, the health department is awaiting the result from the National Institute of Virology Pune for the final confirmation. India may have most people exposed to high temperature if the warning crosses 1.5 degrees Celsius study. The Sundarbans Delta, the world's largest mangrove forest covering 26,000 square kilometers in India and Bangladesh, is threatened by the rising sea levels. India also ranks higher in terms of population exposure to extreme temperatures if global warming continues unabated. India will have the most number of people exposed to mean annual temperatures higher than 29 degrees Celsius, the hot exposure metric, if global warming goes past by 1.5 degrees Celsius. A new study published in the Lancet Planetary Health Journal has found. Endometriosis, a pain, leads to the missed school and work in 2/3 of women with the condition, the study finds. The study published in the Journal of Endometriosis and Uterine Disorders shed light on how endometriosis, despite its prevalence, remains underdiagnosed and under-researched. More than 2/3 of women with the endometriosis missed school or work due to the pain from the condition. In a study of more than 17,000 women between the age of 15 and 44 in the United States, that is a key finding of new research published in the Journal of Endometriosis and Uterine Disorders. Our study also found that Black and Hispanic women were less likely to be diagnosed with endometriosis compared with the white women. Interestingly, women who identified as part of the LGBTQ community has a higher likelihood of receiving an endometriosis diagnosis than the heterosexual women. We use the data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, which is administered by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for the period of 2011 and 2019. Survey data use adjusted weights to account for the racial composition of United States society, meaning our sample of 17,619 women represents 51 crore 9,81,323 women of the United States population. Indian Council of Medical Research Science MOAS to advance first-in-human clinical trials for 4 promising molecules. The collaboration between ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, and prominent industry and academic partners is a key milestone in the pursuit of affordable and accessible cutting-edge treatment for all. Union Health Ministry says the Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) has formalized memorandums of agreement (MOAs) with the multiple sponsors under its network for phase first clinical trials. The agreement marks an entry into the first in-human clinical trial for 4 promising molecules, the Council said on Saturday. This includes collaborative research over a small molecule for multiple myeloma with Orgin Oncology Limited, partnering for Zika vaccine development with the Indian Immunologicals Limited, coordinating a seasonal influenza virus vaccine trial with the Minvax Private Limited, and new CAR T cell therapy advancement study for a new indication of chronic lymphocytic leukemia with the Immuno Act. This initiative is a crucial step towards establishing India as a leader in the clinical development of pharmaceutical agents, the Council said. In Health Ministry, J.P. Nadda said that the collaboration between Indian Council of Medical Research and prominent industry and the academic partners is a key milestone in pursuit of affordable access and accessible cutting-edge treatments for all citizens. He noted that the initiative positioned India to emerge as a global leader in healthcare innovation. Raju Bahal, Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research, said that establishing the first phase of the clinical trial infrastructure is a key component in fostering the development of the indigenous molecule and cutting-edge treatments. Lastly, is a famous quotation said by Rabindranath Tagore, whose birth anniversary is 7 May 1861 up to 7th of August 1941. Was an Indian polymath, was an active as a poet, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and a painter during the age of the Bengal Renaissance. Shaped Bengali literature and music as well as the Indian art with the contextual modernism in the late 19th and early 20th century. Author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh and beautiful poetry of Gitanjali in 1913, Tagore became the first non-European and the first lyricist to win the Nobel Prize in the literature. Tagore's poetic songs were viewed as spiritual and mercurial, while his elegant prose and magical poetry were widely popular in the Indian subcontinent. He was a fellow of the Royal Asiatic Society, referred as the Bird of the Bengal. Tagore was known by the prequels Gurudev, Kavi Guru, and Biswa Kavi. Tagore mentioned Bengali art by spurning rigid classical forms and resisting linguistic strictures. His novels, stories, songs, dance, dramas, and essays spoke to topics political and personal. Gitanjali's song offering Gora, Fairer Feast, and Karibari, The Home and the World are the best-known works, and his verse, short stories, and novels were acclaimed or panned for their lyricism, colloquialism, naturalism, and unnatural contemplation. His compositions were chosen by the two nations as the national anthems, India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh's Amar Sonhar Bangla. The Sri Lankan national anthem was also inspired by his work. His song Banglar Mati Banglar Chol has been adopted as the state anthem of West Bengal. Rabindranath Tagore says a very famous quotation as he says that everything comes to us that belongs to us if we create the capacity to receive it. Okay, thank you.